Many people in the United Kingdom believe financial freedom comes from working harder, earning higher salary, and saving more money. But the reality is, this is a myth. It isn't true. Some of the wealthiest people in the UK are not simply working harder. They are positioning themselves in systems that quietly helps them to acquire wealth, quietly helps them to compound the little they plant. These systems are operating inside the UK economy. They are not secret, but they are rarely explained clearly. And this is why a lot of people actually may have the thought or the concept, but they are unable to enact it because it isn't clearly defined. Welcome back to YAT Finance. This is your home where finance is redefined through clarity, purpose, and the God way. Today, I want to share 3 wealth systems that quietly turn people into millionaires. You are the next millionaire, and I am intentional about this. And so I'm going to take my time with this, and I hope and pray that you also have the ability to receive this knowledge I'm about to impact in you. Now, let's jump straight into this. The first system is leverage property. Property is one of the few assets where you can control a large asset using a relatively small amount of your own money. Let's look at this example. Suppose a property costs 250,000. You may only need 25% to acquire this property. So we're talking about you depositing £62,500 as a deposit for this property. The banks then lend you 187,500 as a mortgage on this property. You may be going for 30 years, 25 years, depending on what your purpose is. I always say to people, define the why, the need. All of this definition must come to play. And then we know the longevity of this loan. Now, here is where the system becomes powerful. Even though you only invested 62,500, you now control 250,000 pounds of an asset. If that property increases in value over time, the growth happens on the entire property, not just your deposits. This is called leverage, and it is one of the reasons why properties has created many people millionaires in UK. Many investors build portfolios that control rental income, capital appreciation, and long-term financial security. Now, you may be wondering, well, you're talking about a 250,000 pounds worth of a property. I do not have 62,500. How many friends do you have? How many like-minded people do you know? People who think and assume like you, people who want to get to the next level in life. I want to believe in your circles. That is why I always talk about a community. You should align yourself with people who actually think reasons like you, people who empowers you, those you look up to. And so if you have 2, 3, 4 of these in your cohort, come together. Form a limited company. I'm still talking about United Kingdom. Depending on where you're watching me from, you are in Africa, you are in Europe, you are in America, come together. Form a limited company. Put resources together. And that resource is then under the umbrella of a limited company. It is no more the individualism. It is now limited to a company. And out of that company, go for that mortgage. 62,500, pay it up. Why? Now you have 4 people who have come together to make this work. Now, why am I passionate about this? Because I am a product of what I'm telling you. I'm a part of a company in United Kingdom that has about 5 directors. And these directors have formed a property company. And what do? They buy properties and they let out. And so you may be wondering, how do I do this? I am your template. Send an email to yatfinance25@gmail.com. You see, your community must impact you one way or the other. If I call you a friend, there should be a way that you tap into my life and I tap into yours. We are praying. We're talking about the kids. We're talking about the husbands. We're talking about the partners. We're talking about the boyfriends here and there. But we are also impacting our lives. God expects this individually. Because the Bible says you work towards your salvation with fear and trembling. And so one individually and then the holistic measure. This is something everyone should be looking into. And you want to be a millionaire, you won't save your way to the millionaireship. But you can invest into that era. And it may not take just you. Maybe you may need 30, 40 years to do it alone. But if you bring others together, in 10 years, you become a millionaire. Don't tell me it is not possible. I'm here to tell you it is possible. Becoming a millionaire is now something that people just talk. It's like a conversationary. It's a normal conversation. So please, it is possible. The second wealth system is the essential services businesses, particularly in industries that society will always need. One example in the UK is a care industry. The UK population is aging rapidly, and because of this, there is a need for continuous support and care. Every year, this increases. This includes businesses such as home care services, supported living services, assisted living services. These businesses serve real needs in society. Over time, these businesses can grow significantly in value. Now, let me go back to what I touched on in point 1. Same again. The people in your community come together, form a limited company, especially if you're currently practicing in the health sector. If you are a carer, you are a nurse, dependent on what your specialty is in the health sector. But the good news is to have a health or a service care provider system. You do not need to be a specialist. You just need to have the idea, have the right registry, and up you go. And so if you are the type who says, I'm not a CEO, I don't want to operate in a business, I don't want the responsibility of owning or running a business, come together. Friends, come together. You are a nurse, you are a carer, you are a cleaner, come together. Form a limited. See, gone with the days where people run away from forming businesses and corporations. Today, young ones, 18, 19, 20, are forming corporations. And so you see, I keep saying we do not have the excuse. And if you do not know the how to, once again, speak to someone who knows how this is done. Find someone who knows how this is done. A finance person, someone who knows how to build businesses. Or better still, buy an existing company. And I'm getting there. The third system is something many do not realize exists. It is government-backed housing and supported accommodation. Local councils and housing organizations across the UK still require extra properties to support those who need extra care. So that means the housing association in the UK is actually in a deficit. They need private sectors to come on board to support its need. And so if you have a property, you can lend it to the local council, your borough, the local council, and out of that, there is a consistent income. You know, a lot of people say, well, I don't want to get into the property business because of the issue with tenancies, the issue is the new policies that has come into place that actually back everyone. No, I don't want to mention that backed tenants here and there. But hey, how about your council? Have you looked into that? The local council needs all of these accommodations to support those who need a little bit more help. And so these opportunities are there, and we are all sleeping on it. Once again, I'm talking about your community. Come together, provide this housing support, give to the council, and there is a consistent system. Now, the good bit when it comes to the council is the fact that you can have a good deal to the extent that you do not need to worry about repairs. You don't worry about the many worries landlords do go through, because the council embed all of this under their contracts with you, which is the beauty of this. And so all it is your monthly pay that hits your account. Now, some of the people that these accommodations are given are vulnerable people. We are talking about people transitioning from temporary accommodation, supported living arrangements. Property providers become partners with housing organizations to supply accommodation. Once again, the demand for housing is high. And so this sector grows rapidly. I know so many people who have become millionaires out of this. Once again, who actually influences you? Who impacts you? What book are you reading? The next chapters of your life, what do you intend to see? These are the questions you want to be asking yourself. Then you become a little bit more ambitious with your time, with your ideology, with the kind of courses to study. All of this must play, because these opportunities are there. Probably you may not, I do not know of this because I did not know of any financial advisor. I'm giving these to you for free. You will pay to access these, but I'm giving them to you for free. But you see, if I have 100 people watching this video right now, it's going to take one person to take the initiative. Why is that? Why is that? When this is structured properly within regulation, it can create stable long-term income opportunities. Financial freedom is rarely about chasing quick monies. To obtain financial freedom means you understand systems. The reason is because it is embedded in systems. And you need to find a way to tap into these systems, which is what I'm giving you. Systems such as property ownership, essential service businesses, housing structures that meet social needs. These are some of the systems I'm actually talking about. The people who become financially free are often the ones who learn how the systems work and then position themselves wisely within it. If you cannot change your financial future, start asking a different question. Instead of asking, how can I work harder for money? Start asking, what systems exist in this economy that creates wealth? And how can I position myself within this system? The people who understand systems moves faster than those who only focuses on income. I pray for you that your focus will not be just the income, but you're availing yourself to understand how systems work. Because to become a millionaire is embedded in a systematic measure. As always, this is YAT Finance. I'll see you in the next.